Hey guys, I'm Combat Craig and I'm 100% disabled Desert Storm veteran. Today's topic, I'm going to be talking about how to really explain your difficulties at work to the VA. When you're filing a VA claim, a large part of it has to do with your social and occupational impairment. This is for sure more about mental health problems, but just how all these little mental health problems add up into big problems with your work, the way your outlook, the way you interact with your coworkers.
Hello, Peter. What's happening? We have sort of a problem here. Yeah, you apparently didn't put one of the new cover sheets on your TPS report.
Desire to not interact with them. In my case, probably your case too. So I kind of wanted to go over, what happened in my last job like 7 years ago. And I'm hoping maybe you can relate to what I'm saying. If you need help with your VA claim, you could sign up below. Love to see how we could help you. VA claims do come down to social and occupational impairment. It's kind of making me laugh. The things that I did to, just try to cope with this jackass that I have. So let's start off with his name. This was a very strained relationship with this boss. It's like that with all my bosses, no exceptions. They're all morons and jackasses. So I'm not going to use his real name, so let's call him Jack. Actually, Jack's probably not good. Let's just call him Jack Off. That fits him better. So let's go ahead and take a look at Jack Off's qualifications. No dirt under the fingernails, Harvard business degree, another degree. He has experience in managing teams, Salesforce.com, account management, operations management, lead generation, team building, sales processes, online advertising. Jack Off. So he actually never did any of these things, except for Salesforce.com. He was the director. I worked underneath him in the social media department. There was a SEO department, that's a search engine optimization, and then there was a website building department. So I kind of came in after doing some other stuff off to the side. The social media department needed help. I was the obvious choice. And I came in and was kind of like, all right, we need you to stop working from home and go to the office, which I fought him on every single day. Let's start there. Why do you want me to come into the office? Oh, well, you need to be here. Why? Well, you got two employees that we have here. I'm like, they're shitty. They've been shitty for the last year and a half. I don't even know why you haven't fired them yet. Yeah, well, that's your new job. All right, cool. How about I don't come into the office and I'll just fire them over the phone? No, you got to work with them, this and that. I was like, all right, cool. How much do I have to come into the office? Well, how about a couple times a week? How about once? Okay. So that was that was the thing. I came in one time a week for 4 hours a day. So I go into the office and it's like, so where am I supposed to sit? I work at home, dude. All my shit's at home. Like, that's where my thinking happens. That's where my creativity happens. I see a bunch of people flying around here. There's cubicles everywhere. Like, this place is a tactical nightmare. Like, what happens if somebody comes in and shoots this place up? You got cubicles everywhere. Where's your cover and concealment? Where's your exits? I'm already kind of going into my normal hypervigilance thing, which they don't understand because none of them are veterans and none of them have been in combat or anything like that. But I'm like, I am not sitting in a cubicle to get taken out. So we kind of came up with a happy medium where I worked in a corner office, but it was like, oh, it's too big. You might look like you have a bigger title. I'm like, cool, throw the two other little jack-offs that I have to manage. We'll all be in there because I like this corner office because it had two doors. I laid it out so we didn't have desks, we had tables. So I figured if I had glass windows, I had two doors, so I could see threats. And as I didn't actually have, good cover, I was able to dive under the desk if I needed to, and I had temporary concealment, if I had a threat that I had to deal with. So yeah, I try to explain all this stuff to them, and they just, why would you need to do that? None of this stuff ever happens. Yeah, it does, dude. So there I am with my two jack off employees that I blew out as soon as possible, like literally rolled their ass. Like, you don't give a shit about this job. You feel you're underpaid. I think you're overpaid because you're completely worthless and you've been sitting here milking it because nobody's been managing you. Why don't you just beat it? So it took me a couple months to get rid of them, and then went back to the boss guy. It's like, all right, those assholes are out of here. I'm going back home. Oh, yeah, we need to have you in and we need to have synergy. And I'm like, yeah, you could have synergy from Skype. Zoom wasn't a thing back then, really, or a thing at all. So kind of going back to this dude, he loved Salesforce.com. So here's his deal. Lots of spreadsheets, lots of Salesforce.com entries. Like, that's what he loved. How many entries do we have? Hey, Sally, are you wearing a blue coat? No, I'm not. Wow, I really like blue. Yeah, I like the pink one. And he would count that as 4 entries. So this is what they would do. It'd have 100 people in there frantically typing things back and forth. And kind of the idea was, I suck at my job, but I want to try to, kick the can down the road. And as I'm in the SEO department, the reason that I can't perform my SEO duties is because the website department is antiquated. So I'm going to pass the ticket over to them. And, I come in and look at this stuff, and it's like, are you guys like missing the part where customers are breaking contracts and leaving? Like, of course they didn't give a shit. They got paid no matter what. However many customers we lost, they got paid. This whole troubled ticket, Salesforce.com thing, I've never been a fan of cover your ass. Get in there and do the job, or get the hell out of there. Don't just milk it. So not my kind of thing. And then that style, my attitude, get shit done versus talk about, it's not even talking about getting shit done. I'm just talking, wasting time and logging, entries. Literally be like, wow, Combat Craig, you have 0 entries for Salesforce.com. And I'm like, yeah, cool. Why don't you go check out the growth of new social media clients we brought on? Oh, an extra $55,000 a month worth of business. Yeah, why don't you suck it, dude? Right? So I'm like, well, let's go look at the bottom line. So as much as he didn't want to hear all that, I was the only person growing. The social media department was growing, the SEO department and the website department. Both those managers ended up getting fired. And they were spending way too much time typing notes into Salesforce.com. So it was just a constant rub. I got this young kid, all Harvarded up and suit and tie. And I'm like, why don't you take all those lame degrees off behind you? Who cares about all that stuff? Are you trying to impress me? Why don't you step outside and let's throw blows and impress me by kicking my ass? Because you're just soft and you're weak and you suck at managing. Now, again, there's probably parts of him that were actually good. I never saw him, but I've had this problem with pretty much every single boss. I walk in and I start seeing diplomas and shit on their walls. I already got the hair on the back of my neck, not on my head because it doesn't grow. But you know what I mean? I already got it standing up. These guys are already trying to, puff their chest up and talk about all their college education. And it's like, you're cheating through college and having your mom overpay so you can make it through. Has no actual application in the workforce. So he wanted me to come to his meetings. That was another thing. He loved me coming to meetings. It's like, all right, What do you want me to do at your meetings? You can't teach me how to do anything because you don't know shit. You don't know anything about life. You're a kid. You don't know anything about social media. And, obviously he didn't know anything. So, how could he teach me? Oh, he wanted me to be a team player. All right. So I'll come to your meetings. What are we going to do? Oh, we're going to review TPS reports, like Office Space.
Did you see the memo about this?
Yeah. Yeah, I have the memo right here. I just forgot. But it's not shipping out till tomorrow, so there's no problem.
Yeah. If you could just go ahead and make sure you do that from now on, that would be great. And I'll go ahead and make sure you get another copy of that memo. Okay?
Yeah, no, I have the memo. I've got it. It's right.
Hello, Phil.
I'm like, how about this? How about I go take Milton's red stapler and I put the TPS report up against your forehead and I smash it into your head and you can review it that way. I have no interest in it. So yeah, basically I got rid of the meetings. Like, I don't care about your TPS reports. I don't care what you have to say. I've been sitting here for a few months listening to you blabber on about nothing, and you brought no value, and I got work to do. And I'm actually in charge of the one department that's actually not falling apart. So this got the CEO involved, and I had to sit and talk to him, and he's just like, hey, you know what? Don't necessarily like your style or your approach, but I do understand your issues, and the bottom line is you're performing and you're delivering results, and you're the one that's growing customers, not losing them. So we had that conversation with the CEO, and they just kind of let me slide. So what those guys really didn't understand, and this is kind of my whole point here, is getting into this. I don't know if you guys work from home like I have for most of my life, or you've been had to go into an office job, or you have to interact with other people. What these people don't understand as veterans, combat veterans, anybody that's been in a combat zone, and you just got mental health problems and you've got hypervigilant issues. You're walking into the office and you're scanning for threats. They're your coworkers, but which one of these assholes is going to pull out a gun today or whatever? I'm making a threat assessment on everybody. At home, there's nobody around. I don't have to keep my eyes open on 50 people. And then it's like, shit, there's cubicles all over the place. So I'm looking for cover, concealment, exits, tactical advantages, things that I could use as weapons to defend myself. And this is constantly going on in my head always. So this is like occupying a good part of my day. And I wasn't able to articulate that. Not that they would have cared or understood, but like I'm spending a lot of energy just because I'm around all these people and I have to pay attention to what they're doing because I don't trust people and I don't like them. And I'm like, hey, I'm better off just being at home. I don't know. Maybe they thought I was just wanting to go dick around or something. Obviously, the numbers were there, so that was never a problem. This is how to explain your difficulties at work. I mean, this is what occupational impairment means. When you are going head to head with every boss and it's like, the sky's purple, you're a moron. You know what I mean? And it's just like that on every issue. You just butt heads. So then you come to the realization that, you know what? If this guy's going to force me into coming to his meetings, I'm just going to say nothing. And then this guy's such a moron that he mistakes your silence for, oh, Combat Craig's coming along. He's being a real team player. Like, no, dude. You're an asshole and you're full of shit and you're clueless. So I'm just keeping my mouth shut, right? Mom taught me that. If you don't have anything nice to say, say nothing at all. I'm not being a team player. The minute you tell me that I don't have to come to your stupid meetings and listen to your stupid voice and look at your stupid face, I'm out of here. And at that last job, I finally was able to appeal to the CEO. That it wasn't the smoothest conversation. But he did get where I was coming from. It's like, dude, you're doing 9 to 5 social media. That doesn't exist. What is your plan from 5 p.m. till, what if there's a holiday on Monday, right? So your plan from 5 p.m. on Friday night to 8 a.m. on Tuesday morning on a holiday weekend is dog shit. There's no plan. You're just going to ignore all of our clients. Like it literally takes about 3 minutes for something to catch on fire on social media. And you just want to sit here and let our clients just get laid away for 3 days. Not on my watch, dude. I got people from overseas, monitoring our clients' Facebook pages, Twitter accounts, Google Plus at the time, Instagram. I had an overseas team working the night shift, and then I had a whole nother group working on the weekends. And then of course I'm, bring this stuff to me quickly so I can alert our customers and we can start solving these things. So he actually did understand that. And, it actually ended up being a pretty good deal towards the end because, after I think I worked at home for about 2 years, this whole thing blew up and was over with in 6 months. And the jack off boss that I had, I got reassigned back to the CFO, who actually was a pretty cool guy. And he's a CFO, chief financial officer. So his nature is looking at the numbers. So that's where he would look like, all right, numbers are great. Who cares what Combat Craig wants to do or doesn't want to do? And if he's personal, and I get it, he's explained this kind of combat veteran stuff to me. Hey, the guy doesn't like being around people, but who cares? He's delivering the numbers. So I just want to know if you had any this is more of a corporate environment kind of thing. So let me know if, your story, your corporate story, if you had anything like this. Did you have a guy that was just all over you for that? Give me my TPS reports. When are they going to get them done? Where's my red stapler? Do you have any of that stuff going on? Hope you enjoyed my little discussion about jack off, and I'll see you in the next video. Later.